basketball game between Ticonderoga.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Hometown Cable Championship Basketball Saturday here. Beautiful downtown Plattsburgh at the Plattsburgh State Fieldhouse. Wild Bill Chase and Calvin Castine for Hometown Cable. The Northern Adirondack Bobcats are playing in the Class C championship game against the Ticonderoga Sentinels. They are in the process of being introduced, the Bobcats that is, by Foxy Gagnon, Josh Clark, Travis Love, Doug Alexander, Jake Bertrand, Josh McNeil, number 25, Nate Rock, number 31, Dan LeClaire. Now the Northern Adirondack starting five.
Number 30,
Jim Supley. He's a junior. Another junior, number 14, Kyle Brassard.
Number 23, senior Danny Myers.
Senior Danny Myers, he's number 23.
Senior Jeremy Scott.
Number 24, senior Jeremy Scott.
Senior Donnie Laporte.
And number 20, the senior Donnie Laporte, team leader. Bobcats coached by Mr. Mike Recor. They come into today with a 12-10 record. Now the Ticonderoga Sentinels, who are the home team here, a higher seed. They're the number 1 seed, facing off against the Bobcats, the number 3 seed.
Number 10,
Devin Slattery.
Number 30, Ben Muroff. Number 33, John Miller. Number 40, Kevin Kelly. Number 44, Jared Dixon. And now the
Ticonderoga starting five.
Number 31, a sophomore, James Lenhart.
James Leinhart, he's a sophomore. Number 31. Number 12, that's Tom Jebb. Andrew Poole, number 15. Andrew LaValle, number 20, he's a senior. Brendan Graney, number 21, he's been averaging 25 points a game. Ticonderoga is coached by Mr. Dan Dorsett.
Mr. Bruce, the official timer. This is our Lopsy business scorer. Mr. Gooseman is on the shot clock. Mr. Donnelly is the athletic trainer. Ladies and gentlemen, please stand for our national anthem.
Okay, folks, gotta apologize a little bit. Got a head cold since the last time. Well, some kind of violation already on Ticonderoga. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine here. We're in the field house, the newly renovated field house. Class C Section 7 basketball action. Championship game, the Bobcats against the Sentinels. Northern Adirondack somehow ends up with the ball. I guess his foot was across the line or something. But Mr. Pete McMillan and Mr. Steve Stahl are the officials. Donnie Laporte with the ball. Northern Adirondack on the attack. Go to Supley. Supley loses the ball. Judd comes up with it. Jeb gives to Graney. Graney. Wow. Shouldn't have tried to sing that national anthem, I don't think.
I know.
Wow. Double dribble called on Jeb. Turnover. Bobcats get the ball back. Ticonderoga comes in today's contest, rated the number 1 seed. They advanced the semifinal win over Seton last weekend. They won it 35, I think 32 was the final score. Laporte from outside. That's off the rim. Long rebound. Nice job there by Jeremy Scott to pull down that rebound. He got in between 2 Ticonderoga players. Bobcats with another crack at it. Damn, I can't shake this dryness out of my throat. They go down low to Scott. Scott gets by LaValle. That doesn't fall. Supley on the putback. He scores. The Bobcats are up 2-0. Jim Supley on the weak side, pulling down the offensive glass and putting it back up and scoring. The Cats advanced with a big upset sweep over Tupper Lake. They won 55-41 here. LaValle coming down with a rebound. He goes back up. Supley fouls him. 6:39 on the clock. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Foul more than on NAC. Supley is first. He's first.
Andrew LaValle on the line shooting 2. He makes the first one. LaValle had a big game against Seton, especially in the second half. He teamed up with Graney. They came from behind. They were down by 4 or 5 at the halftime and pulled out the victory so they could advance to this championship game. Missed the second one of 2. Supley come down with the rebound. Saturday, February 26th, year 2005. Hometown Cable, your ultimate high school sports network here. The Cats will come in here with a bit of a winning streak. They are winners of 5 in a row. They have actually won 6 out of their last 7. Their lone loss was against Tupper Lake in the last 7 games, and they avenged that loss last week by upsetting Tupper Lake. They played Ticonderoga twice during the regular season, and Ticonderoga has beaten NAC both times. Graney with the ball from the elbow. His shot doesn't go. Lenhart with a strong rebound, puts it back up. He was surrounded by Bobcats. He came down with the ball. It's a 3-2 lead. Ticonderoga on top. Pass a little bit low, and Kyle Brassard didn't move his feet to catch the ball. He was just waiting for it to come to him. The ball ended up short, went out of bounds. Ticonderoga with the ball. Shot from outside, 3-pointer hit by Poole. Cats almost lost that one. Oh. Somehow they're maintaining possession. The Cats seemed a little unnerved there right now. Wow, Jeremy Scott working hard. Can't get the roll. Supley mistimed his jump to grab that rebound. The ball hung up on that rim for a long time. Lenhart kicks it back out to Graney. Graney from outside. That doesn't go. LaValle's underneath. Ticonderoga has rattled off 8 straight points. They have a 6-point lead, 8-2. We've got just under 5 minutes left in the first quarter. Penetrating is Laporte. He's fouled. He'll go to the line. Possible 3-point play. The foul is on number 15, Krull.
Foul Ticonderoga is Krull, his first and second.
Makes the foul shot. 3-point play is complete. Cuts the lead down to 3, 8-5. Valley and Graney led the way for Ticonderoga last week. Everybody else, I guess, had a tough time getting on track. And right now, the Valley down underneath. He has scored again. I think they've had 4 different scorers here for Ticonderoga in the first 10 points. So there's Nate Rock. Rock scores. Bobcats look like, I don't know if they're having a hard time seeing the ball here or what, but the passes are not really crisp. Maybe a little first 10-minute jitters. LaValle, spin move. He scores. 12-7, 5-point lead. Full court pressure. Valley stepping up to help out. And they drop back into the zone. Go inside to Scott. Scott left-handed by LaValle. Rock was there, but Graney tipped that out of his hands, ends up into his teammate's hand. Cruel. Graney goes by Laporte. Brassard helping out. Down low. Jeb was wide open there for a second. His shot come up short. Bobcats with it. Laporte runs by everybody and scores with ease. It's a 12-9 ball game. 3:23 on the clock. And I believe we got a 30-second timeout called by, I'm not quite sure. I think it was by Ticonderoga. Well, Laporte went by everybody on that last possession for the Cats. Scored the layup. Ticonderoga called the timeout. Jeb with the ball. LaValle kicks it over to Cruel. Cruel's shot's a little bit short. Follows it up. Gets his own rebound. His pass. There's Laporte using his speed. Gets by Graney. Lays it in left-handed. It's a 1-point game. 12-11. Cats were down at one time by a score of 8-2. We've cut it down to a 1-point lead for Ticonderoga. 12-11. Cats started out the season of 2004-2005 on sort of hot. They won their own Bobcat shootout, but then when they got into regular season, they struggled for a while till near the end. Ended up with an 8-10 overall record for the regular season. There's a pass down underneath, and I don't know who it was to. Went out of bounds. It's the Bobcat ball. Sub coming in for Ty, number 10. That's Devin Slattery is in the ball game now. As we indicated earlier, the Cats have turned it on as of late. They've won 5 in a row, but they've got their hands full today with Brendan Graney and the Ticonderoga Sentinels. Mike Recor, second year coaching the Bobcats, has them in the championship game, the Class C finals. Brassard, it's the 12-foot jump shot. Catch the ball, turn and shoot. And the Bobcats have the lead back, 13-12. That's Cruel. Somebody got a piece of it, actually, I think. Loose ball ended up in the hands of Jeremy Scott. Now Laporte has it. Bring it up for the Cats. Late in the first quarter. 1:40 and counting left. Bill Chase, Calvin Castine. Pass inside to Scott. They go down low to Scott. Scott watched by Graney. Scott gets his own rebound. That's blocked. And Brassard's there. It's back to Scott. Nate Rock from the foul line. Hits the jump shot. Cats with some good ball movement. They have a 3-point lead. With about 1:15 to go in the first quarter. 15-12. Slattery gets the ball to Cruel. Cruel goes to LaValle. LaValle, this time was contested by Nate Rock. We got a hold called on Jeremy Scott. It would be the team's second foul. Jeremy Scott's first foul.
Foul, 1 minute on that Scott, his first, team's second.
Had the ball.
He had the ball, and they called a foul on him? Oh, I see what you're saying. Laporte gets up there. Graney couldn't get over Laporte. He was got them hands up in the air. You know when they say to play defense, get your hands up. And Graney is the last one to touch it. LaValle is out. Number 33. How do you say that? Dry Miller?
Yep.
Ah, we got it right this week. John Drymiller, 33. Oh, the old roll it down through everybody's leg pass, and that works. Jeremy Scott picks up the loose ball. Cats are up by 5, their biggest lead so far here in the ball game, 17-12. Slow start for the Cats, but they've come on strong here in this late in the first quarter. Graney behind the back, pumps it down low to Drymiller. Drymiller puts it up and in. He scores 17-14, 3-point game. Cats will play for the last shot here in the first quarter. Laporte and Bertrand. 7 seconds left. Laporte with the ball. Moves to his left. Using his speed. Trying to make some space. He gets it shot off. Drymiller pulls down the rebounds. And the Cats with a good first quarter. They are up by 3, 17-14. Bobcats over Ticonderoga. The cheering squad from Northern Adirondack takes the floor. Okay, second quarter underway. Possession arrow in favor of Ticonderoga. They start off with the ball. Graney being watched by Brassard. Graney dishes to Drymiller. Drymiller shots. Everybody converged on Graney, but he found the open melon, and Drymiller has put in 4 straight points for Ticonderoga. It's a 1-point game. Second quarter here. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine. We're at the field house here this Saturday afternoon. Championship basketball being played all day today. Played last night. The girls played. B, C, and D championships. D for boys has already been decided today. Graney takes it to the hoop and scores. He is fouled. Possible 3-point play. Ticonderoga with the lead now, 18-17. Foul is on Jeremy Scott, his second. That can be a big factor for the Bobcats. 7:18 on the clock. Graney sinks it. Scott is going to go to the bench. Supley's in. We've got Supley, Rock, Brassard, Donnie Laporte, and Jake Bertrand out there. LaValle returns. James Lenhart, he is out for Ticonderoga. Laporte drives through the middle. LaValle puts his hands up and to contest the shot. Laporte goes over the top. It's all tied up, 19-19. Laporte seems to be able to create a lot here off the dribble today. May working hard on the boards. Number 10 was Slattery. Supley boxing out well. Somebody reached over the top.
Way to hustle.
Score remains 19-19. Okay, finally that cough drop's starting to work in my throat a little bit. Bertrand to Supley. Supley kicks it over to Brassard. Bobcats moving the ball well. Bertrand finds Nate Rock. Moves to his left. Rock tries to force something to Brassard, and Graney was right there. Turnover by the Bobcats. Graney. It's to May. Underneath is Drymiller. And Drymiller, he's got 6 points here since coming into the ball game. He puts Ticonderoga on top, 21-17. 3 team fouls on both teams. Bobcats throw it out of bounds. It'll be Ticonderoga ball with 5:55 on the clock, and they have a 21-19 lead. LaValle had to go all the way over there to the big overhead door to get the ball. Got a lot of room here in this gymnasium. Field house. LaValle, he's open. Puts it up and in. 23-19. Game's being played in spurts. Bertrand shot, doesn't go. Brasser runs down the loose ball, gets it to Rock. Rock, Supley moving to his left. His shot doesn't go, he ends up on the ground. Graney now with the ball. Supley hustling back to get in position and play some defense. Graney to his left, they kick it down low to LaValle. LaValle to Drymiller. Good ball movement there by Ticonderoga. Drymiller is fouled, he'll go to the line to shoot two.
Before his first, team's fourth.
Report, he's got one foul. Team's for fourth. Drymiller. Yeah.
Who needs a towel?
Who needs a towel? Recor?
Yeah.
Oh. Like John Rabbit used to carry? Mike Recor. He needs that towel and chew on or something. Isn't that what John Rabbit used to do?
Not saying. What happens in the gym stays in the gym.
Andy Myers back in the game. Report to Myers. Myers, three-point attempt. That's in and out. Supley. Had it. Lost it. Ticonderoga ends up with it. Graney, little stutter step. Running jump shot. Graney picking up some garbage points right there. In the right place at the right time. It's 26-19. 7-point margin. Ticonderoga's biggest lead of this afternoon. This game started at 2 o'clock. Back to Laporte. Laporte from outside. Nails the three-pointer. Cuts the lead in 26-22. Graney watched by Bertrand. LaValle, he's out now underneath the basket. Ticonderoga moving the ball here. Graney moves to his left. Graney comes up a little bit short. Drymiller looked like he was there. Laporte trying to beat three Ticonderoga players down. Nate Rock from outside hits the three. That's a big shot by Nate Rock. 26-25. I think some of the Ticonderoga fans thought there should have been an offensive foul on Donnie Laporte after he dished off the ball. One of the Tie players ended up down on the ground. May with it. May finds LaValle. LaValle trying to catch and shoot. Nice job by Rock there to deny LaValle. Coming down with the ball now is Jeb. Some good end-to-end action here this afternoon. Jeb with the ball. Graney. That's short. Supley with the rebound. Supley looking to dish off to Bertrand. Heard his coach yell, "Soup, be smart. Don't just give up the ball. It's not a hot potato soup." Nate Rock anticipating a move by Jim Supley that just wasn't there. Mounts passes the ball out of bounds. 2:50 on the clock. It's a 26-25 ball game. I think we got a timeout called here. Game of spurts so far. Ticonderoga, the first spurt, had the lead. Bobcats ended up with a 17 after one ended up 17-14 lead. And to start the quarter was Ticonderoga again. Now they were up 26-19, but now the Bobcats put a little run together themselves, and they've cut it down to a 1-point game. It's 26-25. 15 foul on the Bobcats. Fouls on number 15. Northern Adirondack. Who's that? Bertrand? Yep. Jake Bertrand, his first. Cruel. This is the Slattery. Slattery shot doesn't go. That's knocked out of bounds by Slattery. One thing about Slattery, he's tenacious to going towards the ball. Takes the shot and follows it up well. Just got a little over-aggressive there. Bobcats seem a little nervous actually after grabbing a rebound. They want to get rid of it. Laporte, he's the ball handler. Supley from outside. That doesn't go. There's Slattery working hard on the glass. Pulls down the rebound. 2 minutes left here. First half. This championship game here on Hometown Cable. Northern Adirondack Bobcats, Ticonderoga Sentinels. Grady from outside. That's a little bit off the mark. That's going to be out of bounds as a couple of Ticonderoga players battling for it end up knocking it out of bounds. That was Cruel in LaValle. So break for the Bobcats. They're down by 1. Number 3 seed against the number 1 seed. Rock. He's hit a couple big baskets. Supley moving to his left. Oh, puts one up. Falls in for him. High off the glass. And that gives the Cats a 1-point lead. 27-26. Supley looked a little confident there, taking that shot. Spin move. LaValle turns. He's been deadly here this afternoon. Cats in the second half are going to have to do something to slow down Mr. Andrew LaValle. There's the Rock. Go down to Bertrand. He's open. That's blocked. Slattery ends up with the ball. 1 minute left in the first half. 28-27. Tie on top of NAC. Down low to LaValle. LaValle, his shot doesn't go and the foul is called. He'll go to the line to shoot 2. Foul is on Nate Rock. Team 6 foul. Rocks. Bobcats with Jeremy Scott on the bench, still hanging in there. LaValle gets the roll. Both these teams are shooting the ball fairly well here. This wide open Fieldhouse basketball court. Not always the easiest place to shoot because it's not like a normal high school gym where you got that wall. Baskets in the background have a big effect on some of the shooters. Rock, that's blocked. Saved by Cruel. Grady's got it. Down with under 30 seconds left in the first half. 30-27. Tie up by 3. Cruel, his 3-pointer. It's good. A 6-point lead. 33-27. Seconds. Now, Ticonderoga's got a foul to give. Surely looked like Donnie Laporte dropped his shoulder, buried his head, and wanted to break through the line. With an off tackle, right run, or left. Laporte got open, got the shot off, but doesn't fall. Ticonderoga will put the latest spurt together, and near the end of the half, they outscore the Cats by a score of 19-13, and they take a 6-point lead, 33-27, after 2 complete quarters of this championship game. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine for Hometown Cable. We'll be back after a 10-minute break. Okay, we start off second half here. Bobcats down by 6. My math is horrible. It's always has been. Bobcats only scored 10 points in that quarter. I think I said 14 at the end of the third quarter.
It's yours?
Yeah, you can sit on it if you want. It's okay.
Ain't no cookies in there.
No cookies. Ball was Laporte now. Laporte led the Bobcats in that first half with 12 points. Jeremy Scott had to sit out. He had 2 fouls. He's back in the game. Scott, Supley, Laporte, Myers, and Brassard. That shot by Myers comes up short. LaValle with a big first half at 13 points. Graney held to 5 points, but who got the ball to LaValle was Graney. Probably 7-8 assists in that first half alone. LaValle finds Lenhart. Lenhart open in the middle, scores. And Ticonderoga with a lead of 35-27, their biggest of this afternoon. Saturday afternoon basketball here on Hometown Cable. Calvin Castine doing championship games all day long. He was here last night. Brassard from outside. That comes up short. Rebound is tapped from LaValle into the hands of Graney. Graney, 3-pointer, nails it. Cats are down by 11. 38-27. The number 1 seed Ticonderoga Sentinels taking on the number 3 seed Northern Adirondack Bobcats. Cats, winners of the last 6 out of 7, but probably the toughest opponent is going to be here in the 8th game. Laporte throws the ball out of bounds. Ball's turned over. Bobcats at times have just appear that I don't know if it's the gymnasium or nerves or what. They throw the ball and don't have a lot of snap to it. Graney from the elbow pulls up. That's short. Myers with the rebound. Laporte now. Ticonderoga back on defense. Brassard goes down low. Then Lenhart steps around, knocks that ball out of bounds before Scott can get a handle on it. Steve Stahl and Pete McMillan are the officials. The alternate is Mr. Mike Roberts. There's a whole slew of celebrities over on that table across the way. The only celebrities we want to worry about here is Calvin Castine and myself, Wild Bill Chase. I gotta get a haircut. Winner of this game, next game they're gonna have Tournament of Champions on the old alley-oop. Valley can't convert. Lenhart is there. He puts it back up. 7 straight points to start off this third quarter by Ticonderoga. And they have a 13-point lead, 40-27. Timeout called, 30-second timeout. Going to be called by Mike Recor as his team is down by 13 with 5:39 on the clock in the third quarter, 40-27. Lenhart on the line. Looking to complete the 3-point play. Doesn't go. Curl. Myers collide. Myers ends up with a ball. Winner of this contest will play Monday night in the Tournament of Champions. That's C versus D, so the winner will face off against Ticonderoga. That game to be played at Beekmantown at 7:30. Class A champion, which is Peru, will face off against Class B champ, which is yet to be decided. That game is immediately followed here this afternoon. It's Beekmantown against BHS. Laporte can't get it to go. LaValle comes from behind, slaps the second attempt by Laporte. At the same time fouls him. He'll go to the line to shoot 2 with exactly 5 minutes left here in the third quarter, and the Cats down by 13. They have yet to score any points here in this second half. with an impressive first quarter. We're up 17-14 after one, but then Ticonderoga turned it on in the second quarter, outscoring the Cats 19-10, and they had that 6-point lead going into the second half. Laporte puts the first point up for the Bobcats. Brassard is out. Nate Rock, who has played well this afternoon, back in the game. Supley and Brassard both go out. Bertrand comes in for Brassard. Hits both of them.
How many fouls the Valley got in?
He had two. Two going into the half.
Just got another one.
The Valley underneath. He's fouled by Scott. That's going to be Scott's third foul, I believe. 15. Oh, called it on Jake Bertrand. Andrew LaValle with a big afternoon thus far. Shank's first one of two. Foul was on. They never announced who the foul was on. Pretty sure it was Jake Bertrand's, the third team foul against NAC here in this third quarter. Valley continues with the hot hand, sinking both them foul shots. It's 42-29. Cats used some tremendous defense last week against Tupper Lake to upset them 55-41. Right now, in order to come back, they're going to have to play heads over heels defense and score points. And there's Myers hitting a big three-pointer. Makes it 42-32. It's a 10-point game. Graney slowly brings the ball up. He's watched by Bertrand, number 11 in the contest. That's I wasn't watching. She scored them points. I don't have it in number 11 listed. Myers, three-pointer, doesn't go. Laporte battling with Graney. Graney steps out of bounds. Really no push there. Laporte through traffic, bounces off LaValle, puts a shot up, no foul called. Rock trying to save that ball.
That's two judges. He's got away with
Lenhart down low to LaValle, kicks it back out. Three-point attempt, rattles in and out. Bertrand comes down with the ball. Laporte trying to go by himself through traffic. They say he was the last one to touch it. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Ticonderoga ball. NAC would like to return the favor that Ty did to them a couple years ago. Northern Island Round-Neck went into the championship game with I think it was a 20-1 record, and Ty with the big upset. That was maybe 3-4 years ago. There's Slattery working hard as he has all afternoon. LaValle moves to his right, hits the jump shot. LaValle has been on fire all afternoon. 2.5 minutes left in the third quarter. Cats down by 14, 46-32. Myers from outside, three-pointer. Doesn't go. Slattery had it. Lost it. Battle for the ball. Nate Rock and Slattery end up out of bounds. His battling for the ball. Ticonderoga ends up with possession. Graney pulls up, jump shots a little bit short. Grabs his own rebound through traffic, puts it back up. That doesn't go. Rebound pulled down by number 11. That's Kelly, I guess. We'll call him Kelly. That's the way it is listed in the program.
Are we missing any calls?
is first, team second.
They're letting them play. They want to get all the games in on time, you know.
Oh, yeah. They carry somebody out on the stretcher.
Ball's passed to Scott. Myers. Myers running jump shot. Slattery crashing the boards again. I'm impressed with Devin Slattery's ability to just go after the ball. He's not going to be denied. Graney from outside. 3-point attempt's good. 49-32. Ticonderoga pulling away here. There's a pass to Nate Rock. Rock saying, I didn't expect that. Went behind him and out of bounds, and the Bobcats turn it over. Scored only 5 points here in the third quarter. Ticonderoga has put 16 on the board. Myers ends up stealing the ball away from Kelly. Rock gets it up to Laporte. Laporte's got to go through three. Foul is called on number 11, Kelly.
Foul Ticonderoga, Kelly is first, team third.
Third foul on Ty. Laporte. They were at the point where Donnie Laporte is just trying to do too much by himself. He's got to get his teammates involved. 1:02 left here in the third quarter. 49-32. Next game scheduled to start at 4 o'clock. We're going to be into the fourth quarter before 3 here. The Valley gets the ball to Kelly. Graney. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Spin move, jump shot doesn't go. Slattery's there. And the foul called. Push. Third foul on Jeremy Scott, team's fourth. Graney from deep. That doesn't go. Jeremy Scott with the rebound. Scott turns the ball over. Drymiller almost sunk the basket. A lot of I want it more than Bobcats right here now by the Ticonderoga. They are just all over the ball. Kelly from outside. That doesn't go. Bertrand pulling down the rebound with 7.4 seconds on the clock. He's down on the ground. A foul is called.
Foul Ticonderoga, Kelly is second and team's fourth.
In a big hole going into the fourth quarter. Foul on the floor. 3 seconds exactly left here in this third quarter.
Graney is first, team's fifth.
9 fouls here called already just in the third quarter. 5 on Ticonderoga, 4 on the Bobcats. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine bringing you high school basketball action. That's going to be, it's going to end the quarter right there. Slattery using his athletic ability, which he has done all afternoon. A very impressive third quarter by Ticonderoga. Hey, put up 16 points, Bobcats only 5, and Ty has a 49-32 lead going into the final quarter of this Class C Section 7 championship game. Danny LeClaire in the Bobcats. Laporte shot from outside, rattles in and out. Battle underneath. Knocked out of bounds by NAC. Cats down by 49-32. Entering the fourth quarter of this championship game. The Valley with a big afternoon for Ticonderoga. Graney, he has not been putting the points up on the board, but he's been getting all his teammates involved. Graney, impressive drilling there, finds LaValle open. LaValle pops a shot, doesn't go. Laporte comes down with a rebound. Laporte. His shot, don't go. LeClaire trying to kick it back out, but that's stolen away by Cruel. Number 15 had his hand in the passing lane. NAC turns the ball over. Jeb, down low to Drymiller. Drymiller, I don't think he inadvertently ended up passing the ball to LaValle. LaValle will go to the line, I believe, here to shoot 2. Winner of this game, like we said, will play in the Tournament of Champions on Monday night. We'll play against Mariah at Beatmantown. In the Class C Section 7 representative starts off state quarterfinal play against Section 10. That's a game at 6 o'clock to be played here at the field house. I think it's Norwood Norfolk that won the Class C title over there in Section 10. Lisbon is the Class D representative. Mariah will...
I think Salmon River.
Huh?
I think it was Salmon River.
Oh, Salmon River?
That's what I think.
All right, you're right. Salmon River. Well, I think of Salmon River and Norwood Norfolk, they're in the same neighborhood, sort of.
Yeah, they're west of here.
Yeah, they're west of here. LeClaire sticks his hand in there. Drymiller, though, ends up with the ball. Rule from outside. He had 2 3-pointers in the first half. That one doesn't go. Laporte by himself. And on the putback is Scott. Scott, that's a big thing. They have not gotten him involved offensively here yet this afternoon. He only had 2 points in the first half. Cats down by 16 with 6.5 minutes to go. LeClaire taps that out of the hands of Drymiller. Ticonderoga will maintain possession as the ball went out of bounds. Both teams with 5 team fouls. Ticonderoga, Northern Adirondack, squaring off for the 3rd time this year. Very difficult to beat the team 3 times in 1 year, but Ticonderoga with the big lead. Looks like they're well on their way claiming the Class C title. LaValle trying to anticipate Graney making a move to the basket, but he had to get around the Bobcat defender and wasn't able to do so. Ball went out of bounds. Bobcats with the ball. Laporte downtown hits the 3-pointer. We got a timeout called. I think it's by tie. 5:51 on the clock. It's 50-37. It's a 13-point game. Sentinels on top of NAC. Cruel with the ball. Laporte just hit a big 3-pointer. NAC is going to need a few more of those. They want to get right back in his ball game. Slattery, he has had a big afternoon. Him in the Valley taking care of the boards. Graney looked like he was fouled. Slattery ends up with the ball. With the shot.
Foul, Northern Adirondack, Myers is first, team 6.
Foul was on the floor. Valley going up to get that inbound pass. Get it back to Graney. Graney with the ball. Pulls up. Jump shots off the mark. Brassard back in the game. Laporte looking for the ball. That's tapped out of his hands. Wow. Well, there you go. Some of these Tie fans have been complaining. Right there, that ball was tapped out of his hands and he did not touch it again. Kick save there by Jeremy Scott. Drymiller comes in to help out with the inbound play. Graney now. Being watched by Laporte. Ball's on the ground. Scott, Greeny, they all get tied up. Jump ball called. Possession arrow in favor of Ty. They get the ball back. Greeny now with the ball. The Valley. A little handoff to Greeny. Greeny can't get it to go. Rule comes down with the ball. Pulls it back out. They just got to take their time and work the clock here to their advantage. Drymiller. Driving to the hoop from behind. It looked like Danny Leclerc stripped the ball away, but a foul was called, and the foul is on number 31, Danny Leclerc. John Drymiller, the big man for Ticonderoga. 4:22 on the clock. It's a 50-37 game. Bobcats have 17 fouls now against them. So if they foul anymore, the rest of the way, Ty will take a foul shot. Made 1 of 2. It's 51-37, 14-point game. Laporte pulls up. That doesn't go. Leclerc there. Leclerc, his shot. A little raindrop shot. Over the arms of Drymiller, drops in. It's a 51-39 ball game.
Call something, will you?
There's a foul call on Myers as he reached in around Slattery. March 1st will be the tournament of championship game, actually. Tournament of Champions. The C and D winner will face off against the A and B winner. Where's that game supposed to be played? Here at the field house. Drymiller, or no, that's LaValley. Valley kicks it back out to Cruel. Cruel up to Graney. Ty, Northern Adirondack. Here in this Class C Section 7 championship game. You want to play more basketball, you got to win this one. Loser here goes home. Slattery gets a hand on that, ends up turning the ball over. Oh, to Cruel. Laporte comes down with the ball. Contact made. Laporte swings it over to Scott. Scott left-handed, gets it to fall. It's a 10-point game, 51-41. We got a timeout called by Ticonderoga coaching staff. That's Dan Dorsett yelling in the ear of Steve Stahl with 3:06 on the clock. 10-point lead, 51-41. Tie over NAC. On the inbound play, Slattery with the ball. Myers reaching in there. We've had some contact here this afternoon. Laporte stripping the ball away. LaValley can't catch up to Laporte. And it's an 8-point game, the closest the Bobcats have been in some time. 51-43. There's 2:35 left here in this contest. Laporte and Greeny, they bang together. LaValley throws that ball out of bounds. Cats could cut it down to a 6-point game with a couple points here. 51-43. Myers almost threw the ball away. Get the ball to Brasher. Brasher, that pass attempt back to Myers is knocked out of bounds. 18 seconds on the shot clock. NAC maintains possession. Lenhart is going to return. We got a full timeout being called by Northern Adirondack with 2:11 on the clock. It's a 51-43 ball game. Tie over NAC. Okay, Brassard with the ball. Inbound play, just down to near the end of the Bobcat bench. Back to Brassard, the three-pointer. That's short. LeClaire can't get a handle on it. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Ticonderoga ball. Contingent of Dannemora firemen were here today to support Mike Record. He's a member of the Dannemora Fire Department. Seen about 5-6 of them walking in here this afternoon.
Come on, good pass.
Dannemora Fire Department cheering for the Northern Adirondack Bobcats. Got some contact there. Ticonderoga people don't complain about that one. Lenhart finishing off. Makes it a 10-point game again. Minute 30. Cats. Myers, well, we've seen that quite a few times today where people are just anticipating the movement by their teammates. Lack of communication there on Northern Adirondack's part. Foul on Myers. Bobcats need to stop the clock and hope the time misses their foul shots. They can get the ball back on a rebound or
Myers is third, team's ninth.
team ninth foul. We're still in the 1-on-1 situation.
Come on, Deb.
Devin Slattery. The game Devin's played is not going to show up in the box score. He has played a strong game this afternoon. Just hustling, crashing the boards. He just sunk one big foul shot. There's the second one, falls in. Makes it a 55-43 game, 12-point lead.
Stop the dribble, stop it now.
And you see, down by 17 going into this fourth quarter. They got it down to 8. Brassard there hits a big three-pointer. Right now, 55-46. Brassard hustling, knocks the ball out of bounds. With 1:04 on the clock, the Bobcats are in a big hole that they've got to try and climb out of. Down by 9. Timeout called by LaValle. Didn't want to turn the ball over. Couldn't find anybody open. Only got 5 seconds to get it in play. 1:04 on the clock, 55-46 tie over Northern Adirondack. Lenhart receives the ball on the inbound play. Tie with their problems last week of putting points on the board. Only scored a total of like 35, but they've got their offense on track today. They've got 55 points, Bobcats only 46. Cats with a much better defensive effort last week against Tupper Lake. And they've had their problems slowing down the high-scoring Ticonderoga attack. Slattery again on the line. That's 3 in a row for Devin Slattery. 58.8 seconds on the clock. It's back to a 10-point game, 56-46. Tie appears that they're going to hang on here and pull out this victory. Jump ball, favor of NAC. Lenhart and Scott getting tied up. You're going to have to hit a three-pointer. Can't take a lot of time. You got to get the shot off. Boom. There it is. Well, three-pointer, get the turnover. Hit the three-pointer, get a turnover. Lenhart kicks it back to Graney. Graney will draw the foul. That'll stop the clock. He'll shoot 2 at the other end. They're in the double bonus. Graney on the line. Sinks the first one. Pies only scored 8 points in this fourth quarter. Bobcats have put 17 on the board. It's a 9th point. The second and third quarters where Ticonderoga won this ball game. Scott doesn't go back up with it. And he forced the foul. Graney again. He's going to go down the other end. Stops the clock with 26.4 seconds, but the sharpshooter's on the line for 2 free throws. Graney makes the first one. It's a 10-point game again. 59 to 49. Good free throw shooting by Ticonderoga here in the late stages of this ball game. Line drive, 3-point attempt by Myers. Graney is going to say, come on over here. Stop the clock again, foul me, I'll go down and shoot some more foul shots. Laporte does just what he ordered. 12.3 seconds on the clock. Ticonderoga going to be the next Class C Section 7 champ. They'll represent Section 7, the Class C playoffs. New York State coming up. Begin next weekend. Salmon River is going to be their first round opponent. They'll have a couple of, possibility of a couple warm-up games. Keep them in tune. They play Monday night in Beatmantown against Mariah. They win that game, they'll play the winner of the Class A and B game that's going to be played here at the Fieldhouse. Class A champion is Peru. They're the only Class A school in the Section 7. It's a 62-49 game. The Valley, Graney and company have been just too much for the Bobcats. Laporte, he's got his points today. But the Cats, just not enough. And Ticonderoga wins by 10. They are the Class C Section 7 champ. Final score, Ticonderoga 62, Northern Adirondack 52. A great team effort put forth here by Ticonderoga. They scored. They were up 33-27 at the half, and then after 3 quarters it was 49-32, and Bobcats just couldn't come back from that big deficit. Wild Bill Chase, Calvin Castine here, Hometown Cable, your ultimate high school sports network in Clinton County. We're going to have their presentation of t-shirts to the winners.
Mr. John Revenue, Section 7 basketball chairperson. Congratulations on a great season to
Jennifer Trowbridge is also out there. She's the girls coordinator. John Rabbit is the boys coordinator. Oh, if you're in second place, you get a trophy or a t-shirt too. Yeah, Bobcats getting presented with their t-shirt. It says NBAC champions. NBAC champions. There's a story behind that, folks. Other than that, around NAC. Doesn't have nothing to hang their heads about. End up 12 and 11 overall. Played in the championship game that no one had expected them to be in. I did. Except Calvin Castine.
Jeremy Scott. Johnny Laporte.
So we're going to have a lot more room here now. The Thai people are all going to leave. I hope so. Now where are they going to go? Disneyland now or something? Frontiertown. Ticonderoga, Section 7 champs, Class C. Head coach is Dan Dorsett. Slattery with a big game here this afternoon, coming off the bench.
Devin Miller. John Miller.
Roy Miller, he came in on the bench early going, scored some big points, especially at the beginning of that second quarter.
James
Lenhart, one of the starters.
Tom Jeff. Andrew Rule.
Andrew LaValle, he gets my nod as the MVP of tonight's contest, or this afternoon's contest. Brendan Graney. Another good all-around game by Graney.
Championship trophy, the Sentinels coach, Mr. Dan Dorsett.
Dan Dorsett, the head coach, will be presented with the sectional trophy. They advance to play Mariah on Monday, and they'll face off in state playoffs against Salmon River next Friday, right here at the Fieldhouse. The game against Mariah will be at Beekmantown. Congratulations to Ticonderoga, and that does it all here, folks. Class C champion. Ticonderoga joins the Class D champion, Mariah. Class B champion will be crowned next in PHS, facing off against Beekmantown. Wild Bill Chase and Calvin Castine for Hometown Cable. Big storm possibly coming up on Tuesday. Winter's not over yet, folks. Have a good day.